One of the toughest conversations to have with a young manager or an employee that you're about to promote into management is the sacrifices that they're going to have to make while they're in management. And this is one of those hindsight episodes where, number one, I wish someone would have warned me. But number two, I wish I would have done a better job as far as preparing those who had worked their ass off to get into management. I wish I would have prepared them better for what to expect. So, this is why this episode is coming out because I don't think young managers are prepared or can fully comprehend what the sacrifices that it's going to take to be in management. Because, see, before you got into management, you were only responsible for you. You could come and go as you pleased. You were probably the top dog. And so you had that flexibility. And it's very deceiving because once you get into management, you don't have those same freedoms anymore because it's not all about you. It's about you being responsible for so many other families as well. There are going to be times in your management career that you're going to be at a crossroads. There's going to be something personal that's going to come up, and you're going to be in a very difficult situation because you have responsibilities on both sides. You have responsibilities to your family, but you also have responsibilities to so many other families in your role as a manager. And I've been on both sides of the coin, man. And I've had pluses and many minuses. And I remember when I was a young manager, my baby girl was in ICU. And I didn't give any thought to my job. The only thing that mattered was the well being of my baby girl, my mama bear. And I remember my boss coming in saying, "You need to come back to work." And I'm like, "My daughter's in ICU." He was like, "I get it. But when are you coming back to work?" And at the time, it seemed so cold hearted. I was like, "Don't you see what's going on? My family's most important." It is. But there are other responsibilities you have as well. And it's not either or. You got to figure out how to blend the two together and make it work for everyone. And after hearing this episode, you may not even want to get into management and say, no, because if I was in these situations, I know exactly what I would do. Okay, at least you know going into it. So maintain your freedom, maintain your big dog status, and continue doing what you're doing. That's a decision. That's cool. That's wonderful because you know ahead of time. But also, you may find if you're in these situations, I just want you to remember about the day after. Because once everything settles out, you're going to need a job to come back to. And if you can work within this advice, then how you come back will actually be better and more beneficial for you in the long run. So, four pieces of advice. I'm just giving you things that have worked for me. They may not work for you. After 2 decades of management experience, I've learned the hard way. And I don't want you to have to learn as hard as I had to. So, as I roll out with this is good for two parts. Number one, if you're about to promote someone into management, have this conversation that when you get into management, it's not all about you. There's a bigger mission, and you're responsible for many more families. But also, if you're in management, you're a young manager, and maybe you find yourself in a personal situation, in a personal crisis, then listen to this as well and see which ones that you can work off of and make things better. So, the first piece of advice I would give you when you're in a crisis, slow down. See, ambulances don't go through intersections at 100 miles an hour. They're quick, but they're not out of control. And when you're in a personal crisis, and maybe you're on your job, and There's a flare up, something happens. Pause, slow everything down. Don't be so quick to react because you may find if you let some of the emotions die down just a little bit, and there's no set time, it's just let some things kind of die down a minute. Breathe, 3 deep breaths. Just give it a minute, literally. And then that way you can let your emotions damper down a little bit. Your fight or flight will dissipate, and then you can kind of sort through your options. It's important that you create a little bit of distance between what you just heard or what you just have seen versus what you do next. The second thing that I would tell you is to seek advice and be prepared to be wrong. See, many times we want to seek advice from others as a sense of validation, as a sense of agreement. And when you're in a personal crisis and you're willing to seek advice, then don't be so cocksure that you think it all makes sense. But I'm telling you, I speak from personal experience. You're going to get on the flip side of this and you're going to be like, what the hell was I thinking? Right? So seek advice and be prepared to be wrong, meaning let someone coach you, let someone who has been in your situation walk you through it. I have these conversations now and I'm like, I get it. I know what you're feeling. I know what you're thinking. I know how it seems. But let me give you another way to look at it too. The third piece of advice I would give you, if you're about to bring somebody into management, or if you're a young manager and you find yourself in a personal crisis, a personal situation, find your ranges. See, it's not just one point. You're going to have to put in some ranges. What are the ranges of possibilities? So it may mean that in order to fulfill your personal crisis, that you have to forfeit all of your vacation days, even the things that you had planned. Got to give it up. This is a range. This is not the end all be all. There are going to be other vacations, there are going to be other times. But if this is truly a personal crisis, you can't expect your business to make sacrifices and you're not willing to. So find your ranges. Give up your days off. Give up your vacation days. But also, it may mean either or, and it could possibly be and that you work all day and maybe leave an hour early and you have to drive 2 hours out of town to be with your family. And it may mean that you work on little sleep and you're there for them. And then you drive all the way back and work all day and rinse and repeat over and over again. That may mean that. It's tough. I get it. But this is a season that you're going to go through, and they're very difficult, but they will forge a lot in you. They'll create that mental toughness, they'll create that experience. It won't always make sense in the moment, but it'll also set you up for future successes as well. Now, these are difficult, man, because when it comes to your family and it comes to your career, obviously your family's first. I get it. But you can continue to keep them first, yet work within these parameters too. And so that way it mixes. You can create a mix where you take care of your family, but you also financially take care of your family, not only now, but for the future as well. And the fourth one, and this one's more so of a bonus, is when you find yourself in a personal crisis, allow your job to be your shield. Athletes know this. Athletes can be going through a personal crisis, yet they still show up on the court. They're on the field. Strange as that may seem to bystanders, it's actually their shield. It's an area of expertise that they've devoted their whole life to. and they actually feel safe and shielded off from the outside hell that they're going to have to deal with as soon as the game is over. And so allow your job to be that shield at times where you just need a little bit of separation. You need some wins because everything on the outside with the family crisis that you're dealing with, there is no win in that. It doesn't seem like it'll ever win. Doesn't seem like it'll ever end. Allow your career to be that insulator, insulating you, protecting you, so that way you can get your legs up underneath you. You can breathe a little bit better, knowing that you made an impact with other people there on your job, but also with other customers as well. And you were there for them and were able to help them and make a difference. And it'll set you up so that way when you leave and got to go deal with that personal situation, you'll be psychologically in a better spot.